Here we have a question based on the properties of triangles. But before we start solving, let us just brush up our secondary school maths. In a triangle, the measure of any angle depends on the measure of its opposite side, or in other words, the measure of angle A depends on BC. The first question, what is an opposite side and what is an adjacent side? You don't even need this figure to understand what it is. You just have to look at it. A means the adjacent sides are AB and AC. See, because both of them touch A. So both of them are the adjacent or the nearby sides. What is the opposite side? The one which does not touch A. That will be the opposite side. So you don't even need a figure to understand that. So the measure of A depends on BC. Similarly, the measure of B depends on AC, so on and so forth. When we say depends, what does that mean? The more A is, the more BC is. If A goes down, BC also goes down. Both of their measures, their lengths are dependent on each other. That is why you will see that often the length of this side is given as A. The measure is given as A centimeter or kilometer or whatever. You will often see this standard notation in maths. The vertex and the opposite side are usually denoted by the same alphabet, but in different case. One in the uppercase, vertex in the uppercase, side, the length, the number, the 5 centimeter or the 6 centimeter, that is given in the small letter A. Now what happens? How are two vertices connected? Let us see that. Now how does a relation between two angles affect their opposite sides? If two angles are same, then their opposite sides, what are their opposite sides? What is the opposite side of A? It is BC. Opposite side of B, AC. How are they related? They will also be equal, and remember, it works the other way also. The other way also it is true. If two sides are same, suppose BC and AC are same, then that would mean angle A and angle B is same. Both of these result work both ways. Now what if it is not equal? What if angle A is greater? Then what happens? Then BC will be greater. And similarly, what if A is lesser? Then what happens? Then BC will be lesser. And remember, all of these results work the other way also. It is true the other way also. If such is a relation between two sides, then the relation will be carried on to their angles also. Now that all of our groundwork is done, let us start solving the question. What was our question about? We needed to find the relation between AD and BD. And how are we going to do that? Let us think of a triangle which includes both of these as its sides. You don't even have to look at the picture. You just have to write down the name of the three vertices. Now this is the triangle that is going to help us. And how are we going to proceed? What we need to find is the relation between AD and BD, or in other words, find out which one is more, which one is less, or are they both equal. Instead of finding that result with the sides, we are going to see the same result with the angles. And which will be the angles which are involved? AD, opposite angle B. BD, opposite angle BAD. Now if you would notice, here I have just written the vertex where the angle is formed, but here I have written the complete name with all of its biodata. Why is that? Because it is split into two. So please specify which part you are taking. So all you have to find is the relation between these two. Is there any way to find? Go to this triangle. Consider the triangle ABC, because there is more information given there. And what is given? AD and AC are equal. What does that mean? Their opposite angles are equal. AD opposite angle is here. AC opposite angle is here. So this is also 75 degrees. So once this angle is 75, what will this angle be? If you see, it is a straight line, which means you get a linear pair, which means what? The whole of angle D is 180 degrees. It is split into two. One part is 75. So the other part will be what? It will be 180 minus 75, which will be 105. That is the second angle that you get in this triangle. We are at the triangle ABD. I have named it ABD. You can name it BAD or DBA or whatever you want, you can name it. Just make sure that it has the three vertices A, B and D. And how many angles do you know? You know 35 is there and you know 105 is there. So what is the third angle here? The sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So therefore what? Angle B is 180 degrees minus 35 plus 105 is 140, right? So that is 40 degrees.